I redid my office.
I see
You
the
know
lighting is different and everything.
the 50-year-old eyes
Oh, the 50
contributed
years
to
old eyes.
yeah, I'm 50 now.
Look, them
Um
50-year-old eyes is something else. Hold up, let me
yeah,
see.
I
Hold
went
up.
to the eye doctor the other day and I was telling him, I'm having a little trouble with this and this, and he's like, "Welcome to 50." I'm like, "Damn you."
Yeah, it's
No,
a dirty dog, ain't it?
yeah, but I got my big gift, or my wife's big gift to me for my 50th, was a 57-inch curved monitor. It's a monster. So
I'm doing like this. Look, I'm
yeah,
thinking.
no, it's for you, it would be full arms, no doubt.
It,
Like,
yeah,
I'm pretty
look,
close.
yeah, because I'm 5 foot 1.5. Now that I'm
Yeah.
taking Pilates, I feel 5'3". I tell everybody I've been elongated. All right, we live over on YouTube. If we let me know when you're ready.
Trying
So
to,
everybody, we're
oh, yeah.
trying something new out, just so you know. We haven't done this before over here at Social Selling Made
That's
Simple. And if I was going to do something new, I decided to do it with my boy Craig Grant, to come and record live on YouTube. Historically, we would do this over on Facebook, but I'm noticing we aren't getting much coverage over on Facebook. And so still want to stream live. Haven't decided if it's going to be over to YouTube and or over to LinkedIn. But Craig and I decided what our discussion was going to be today, which I believe is an exciting discussion. We're going to talk about some new events in the world of real estate, what real estate agents need to know in order to be successful in 2026. And it's gonna be good. Oh,
There we go.
there you go. Come on now. I see you. We got it together. All right, you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. What's going on, world? This your girl, Marki Lemons Ryle, and we are excited about 2026 and all the new things that are going on in the world of real estate education, and the fact that today licensed real estate professionals need to be considered your trusted advisor and what is their value add. Let me say this. I should probably do a drum roll for my guest today. We go back quite a bit of time, but we've been out
We
in
do.
these real estate education streets uh, decades. We've collectively probably taught close to 2.5 million licensed real estate professionals. Because if I got a million under my belt, you definitely got a million under your
I got a
belt.
million, yeah.
You got a million under your belt. So we have traveled even outside of the US, but we've traveled from coast to coast. And I think maybe the
Mhm.
two states I haven't done, you've had a chance to do. But today I have Craig Grant. And Craig, have you taught physically in North Dakota and Alaska?
No, actually.
Guess what? Those are the only two
All right,
states
we got a mission.
I have not physically
Yeah.
taught in. So we got to knock that out. So then we could say that we've had the opportunity to teach
Yep.
in all 50 states. What's
My
going
my
on
feet have
today?
not touched Hawaii. That's the third one.
Are you kidding me?
I've done virtuals a bunch of times for him, but I've not been paid to speak in Hawaii. That's on my list.
Well,
So
we're
putting
gonna
that
have to
out
knock
there.
that off. Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. We know some people who know some people who can
Mhm.
get you to Hawaii. Actually, the first time I spoke in Hawaii was not for Hawaii. It was for Utah realtors. It
Yep.
was my first speaking engagement as we re-entered the world from the pandemic, which was August of 2021.
Wow.
So an unlikely way to make it to
Yeah.
Hawaii, but that's how I made it to Hawaii via Utah Realtors.
Yep.
So before we hopped on and decided to stream live, you made a statement which I 100% agree
Mhm.
with. Most licensed real estate professionals believe that they learn how to sell real estate from the pre-license curriculum.
Yep.
And you and I both know that is a lie.
Big time.
The pre licensed curriculum teaches consumer protection, but
Yep.
it teaches you nothing
Zero.
about selling
No,
real estate, lead generation,
yep.
customer relationship management systems. But I'm going to let you have it.
Yeah, no, I mean, you go through that entire process. It's all about teaching to the book and just passing the test, right? And the second you get into real estate, you are your own business. Like you are an independent contractor. You decide how much money you make and if you can feed your family and take a vacation, all these different things. And the pre-license does not teach you how to build a business plan, how to market, how to build a brand, like all the things they're talking about, like, any of the tech they're going to need and, the skills they're going to need to succeed. It doesn't do anything for that. So that's where, in this industry, it's one of the reasons why I'm so attached to real estate is it's you, if you don't have good instructors and brokers guiding you, you're going to fail, right? So I know with you and I are the same way. It's like, it's been my mission from day one to help people get to that, to the finish line and, be able to feed that family and take the vacation, everything they want to do.
So this is the first time I'm going to have this discussion because of something you just said.
What's
You
that?
said either you have a good instructor or you have a good broker. So let me
Well, to
tell
me it's
you,
both, but yeah,
it's both, but let me tell you my
yeah,
personal story. I never attended pre-license school. I
yeah,
studied the exam, took the test, and passed the first time.
yep,
And I
same.
instantly, right, thought that I was smart, right?
Mhm,
And then I scheduled an appointment to show a property, and the person asked me for my agent ID number, and I did not know what they were talking about.
yep,
So that then meant that I had to identify where could I get this MLS ID number, and I ended up at the Chicago Association of Realtors.
mhm,
Now, here's what happened before that process and why I didn't have it and didn't know. I had placed my license with a broker. Okay. So we didn't call them managing brokers in our state at the time, it was a broker.
mhm.
My license had been returned to me because the check was older than 90 days by the time in which the state received it. So the state sends me all of my paperwork back. And when I get the paperwork back, because I didn't know what the broker had or had not done,
Mhm.
I said, there's nothing in the world that I can't figure out in 90 days.
Right.
I'll hold my own broker's license because I can figure anything out in 90 days, right? And this person who was the broker owner couldn't figure out how to get my license downstate with my check. So I decided I would handle it myself. Not the
Right.
greatest idea. So when I show up at the Chicago Association of Realtors and they asking me for over $1,000 and I don't even know you, I don't know nothing about the Chicago Association of
Mhm.
Realtors, the Illinois Association of Realtors. It's only one paragraph in pre-license curriculum about the National Association of
Right.
Realtors. There's nothing about an MLS due or fee or this agent ID number. So as I'm paying them, I decide in that moment, this is how I said, I'm going to take care of my child. And at the time, I was a
Mhm.
unwedded mother. I said, girl, but you don't know nothing. You about as dumb as they come. You've decided that this how you going to take care of something and you don't know nothing about nothing up in here.
Right. Yep.
And that day, I decided I never wanted to feel like a fool ever again about my business.
Yeah.
So I found the ABR course.
Mhm.
And I took that course with Bob Floss, he's now deceased. But I instantly enrolled in curriculum for the ABR, the CRB,
Mhm.
and the CRS because I knew I didn't know nothing.
Right. No,
Right.
and that's, I mean, there's the saying, learning is earning, right? Like the smarter you are, the more knowledge you have. I mean, at the end of the day, it does pay off. I know a lot of realtors struggle taking time out of their calendar, out of their day to go take a class, go to an event or whatever. But if you find the good speakers, the good instructors, they can change your business overnight. They literally can.
They can. And you know, the reason I told you that story is because everybody doesn't have a good broker.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't have a good broker. The thing about education today is we teach, and you mentioned it earlier, virtually and face to face.
Yeah.
You can find you the best instructor if you don't have a good broker. My first
Yep.
broker wasn't a good broker, and technically, he was never my broker because they sent me back my
Crazy.
paperwork.
It's crazy to think of, but yeah.
He was never my broker, right? So
Right.
I was my first broker who never took the pre-license curriculum. And technically, I know it now. I didn't know it then. I was setting myself up to be a failure and a disaster.
Yeah.
But I aligned with the right instructors, which is
Yep.
why I believe in designations, certifications, and professional development.
Yeah. And if you're the kind of person that needs that extra monitoring of you, like you're not coaches are also, I mean, we can throw those into the mix as well, not just going to a good instructor, but for some people, having a coach on top of them, giving them that constant feedback and, just making sure they're staying on task is good as well. I'm not a coach myself, but I do believe that for some people, that's the other way they can go. Or just attaching yourself to I mean, to me, I've seen so many realtors start small. They just connect with a great, realtor and partner up with them. I'll be your assistant. I'll just shadow you and learn from somebody who knows the business really, really well. Because this business has so many different angles and curveballs. Like you can't wing it, right? And again, the pre-license doesn't do anything to help you prepare when you're out in the field. But whether it's learning from somebody who's already walked that path and is great at it, getting a coach, getting good instructors, and going to those designations that'll really help you kind of carve yourself out. I mean, and again, to me, broker sport is a big deal, especially if you're newer in the business, because so many of them just throw you to the wolves and hope you succeed. You know what I mean? Because again, you're on your own. You really are on your own unless you get the right support system.
So in 2026, you and I actually, one of the reasons, and this is going to sound crazy to a lot of people. I remember when you were trying to get me to do video,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I was not.
I'm at fault for a lot of this.
You are. And I'm like, I ain't recording no video. He talking about do video every day. What is he talking about? Don't nobody have time for no video every single day. And then Facebook Live came after that, right? And so I remember, I don't know if it was 2015, 2016, but you were trying to get me on the video bandwagon. And baby, I just was not having this whole video thing.
Yep.
Well, you and I have navigated technology, and you're a tech person. I'm a social person. We knew that out the gate, right?
Yep.
And then you pushed me over into the world of video, and then we both came over to the world of artificial intelligence. But we have this strong base of technology and social as a background.
Right.
What do you believe? And let's go with three things that real estate agents need to learn from an instructor in 2026. I know I made it hard. In 2026 to have hmm, potential longevity in the world of real estate.
So just so I understand, are you talking about just within the tech AI space, or are you talking just to succeed in real estate across
Let's
all?
go. Let's throw a little tech in there. If it's one of
Okay.
the, let's make sure tech is at least one of them.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Okay.
within tech, there's no doubt AI and social. I mean, the old days of having to do mass marketing, spend huge amounts of money, and it's really, if you understand how to use AI, it can make you so much faster and more efficient in everything you're doing. You know what I mean? So to me, that's a given. And I'm not a huge social media person myself, but I'm a big why spend money on marketing person when I can do it the right way, work in my sphere of influence and work in social. You know what I mean? So to me, those are in the tech side, the pillars. And I always say there's no way to succeed in this business without a good CRM. Um, seriously, because there's just so much going on. There's no way to manage it with Excel spreadsheets and sticky notes and everything else if you're still doing it the old school way, right? So to me, those would be the three pillars in tech, right? A strong CRM, AI, and social. Um, and you can keep going with mobile and all the different things, but to me, those would be the ones I would recommend. And if you're talking about longevity, I mean, I think they're the same, to be honest, because your sphere of influence, your database is your gold mine. I mean, why spend tons of money trying to drum up a new client when you have so much business sitting there right in your database? So to me, they all kind of work together. The social reinforces the CRM, right? And AI just makes you, I mean, a super person. It really does.
Now I want to come back because I wrote CRM at the very top.
Yeah.
And I recorded a video, I don't know, it was over 18 months ago. And in that video, I stated I've always treated real estate like a business. And
Yep.
I went back to the fact that I still have my memory book from high school, so 1988.
Yeah.
But I am the person in high school who had a black book. Now
Yeah.
that lets you know how grown. I had a Coach briefcase. This is how grown I was in high school. I had a
Yep.
Coach briefcase and it had my black book
I
with all
believe
my
this.
contacts in it. Like I was, yeah, I was a mess. Anyway, so with that being said, in this video that I recorded like 18 months ago, I talked about coming into the world of real estate. I did not have a CRM, but I had a
Mhm.
database, right?
Yeah.
And this was even pre whatever you Excel spreadsheet, because it was
Yeah.
pre all things Microsoft.
Yeah.
And the number one thing, everything that I do is based on this customer relationship management system.
Yep.
And there are people who came into the world of real estate with me and before me who have not experienced the same level of success that I've had the opportunity to experience.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, most of them are the same people who were putting down customer relationship management systems 20 years ago. And
Yeah.
it is still today the same foundation of
Yeah.
a successful real estate business.
Absolutely. I tell the stories all, and by the way, it's to me, and I teach and coach this all the time. It can't just be automations like what a CRM kicks out, automated emails, remind, postcards, whatever it's doing. To me, it's got to be that helps you hit the bare minimum of what you're doing to reach out to a customer, stay in their lives. But if you really want to drum up and keep business and last forever, it's about truly building and maintaining friendships with those people in your database. I mean, the best customers are friends. So you know, I always try to coach, you got to get out of it's a transaction. I'm helping you buy or sell a home, and it's got to be friendship building from day one.
It has to be friendship building. I think that's why right now I'm disgruntled with LinkedIn and
Yeah.
the amount of bot communication
Oh, I hate it.
that I have. And the other day, I was working on ChatGPT and someone put out a new prompt. It's actually Sabrina. And it was to get to the core of your business. And one reason that I absolutely love real estate, and I've had this discussion with a lot of people,
Mhm.
there are 4 events that I'm going to go to every single year, whether I'm selected as a speaker or not.
Right.
And the reason is because I get to get belly to belly.
No
And
doubt.
I tell people, I am the person who walks dogs and kisses babies. Okay. No, I am.
That's a
Right.
good thing. I
I,
like it.
I walk dog. If you bring your dog and your dog need to be walked, I'm walking your dog. If
Yeah.
your kids and your grandkids are with you, I'm kissing babies. Right.
Yep.
But we've built a belly to belly business where if we technically attend these 4 events,
Yep.
I can book 100 events
Same.
off of 4 events. And these events are not necessarily there to service me. They're
Mhm.
there to service the people in which we do business with. So
Yeah.
a lot of real estate professionals are not putting themselves in the position to even be where their clients are.
Right.
And that goes back to that customer relationship management system.
Mhm.
And since AI has come out, one thing we aren't talking about, kind of like, I don't know, the language has been buried recently, predictive analytics,
Yeah.
right? They are talking about predictive analytics, but you and I we're looking at the probability of something occurring between 0 and 1 if we
Right.
go to these 4 events.
Yep. And by the way, I'm sure everyone listens like, what are the 4 events?
Well, I guess we could tell. Well,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
got to tell them about the emerging event first,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Which is going to be the Beats Conference. Okay, we got
That's
to
number
tell them
5, I
about the
guess, on the
Beats. We
list.
got to tell them about the Beats Conference, right? Which essentially is the old Rapid
Yeah.
Conference. Which, guess what? I will add that because I know for a fact that my business and my visibility changed as a result of us all showing up in this nice little small town in Kansas called
Yep.
Wichita, Kansas, right?
Yeah.
So we, as speakers, put ourselves in the room with our competitors and also with decision makers, anybody from communication direct, I mean, not communicate, well, some occasionally you will have a
Yeah, it's
communication
fun.
director, but professional development and education directors, right?
Yep.
The Next one is going to be NAR next, by
Absolutely.
by far the number one heavy hitter. Okay.
Like you and I are lucky enough to get picked almost every year to speak there, but if I the years I don't, I'm there anyway
You
because
you
of the
better
belly
be
to
there.
belly, the time with everybody.
The hallway is more valuable than
Yeah,
probably our speaking engagement.
correct.
Oh, we giving away all the secrets. Okay.
But well, I mean, to me, the speaking engagement is just, all right, it's a justification of fine, I'll pay for the hotel. And I'm sure you're gonna agree with this. There's only two events in the entire street I'll do for free, and that's one of them.
That's one of them. The
Yeah,
next one is RLM, the Realtor Legislative Meetings in Washington, D.C., which
yeah,
I'm attending as a board of directors member, and I'm also attending because I'm a federal political coordinator. So there's
yeah.
some overlap, right? The next one, if they select you for the
Yeah,
association executive, yeah,
there is. That's the
it,
other one I'll do for free.
yes,
There's only
Association
two I'll do for
Executive
free.
Institute.
It's Next and AEI, and I've been lucky enough to be chosen three times for AEI. But yeah,
Yeah, and so and I think I've had three of those under my belt as well, right? So these
yeah,
are the rooms that you need to be in order to network with the actual decision makers. And the same thing that we're talking about, we were doing before we came over to the real estate education side of the business. I was doing this as a salesperson,
yep,
right? And the next one that people underestimate, which I've talked about, is the ability to volunteer. Volunteering put me in rooms that my resume would never open the door for,
yep.
right? But let's talk a little bit about beats, because you've been relentless in your pursuit to educate, to educate.
Yeah,
Uh, Speakers and continuing education instructors and pre-licensed instructors. Unlike
mhm,
me, that is not my pursuit right now. I do it when my special friends ask me to do it, right?
yeah.
And when people inbox me, I tell them, look, I recorded a video last year. Here's the video link and here's the file that I created. But it's
Go train
but
yourself.
yeah,
Yeah,
but it's not what I do personally as a business person.
yeah.
Why are you so passionate about beats and educating, essentially educating and putting your competitors on?
That's exactly it. So it's weird. I do about 150 events a year. So I speak to, like we talked about, thousands of realtors every single year. And I do love and have a passion for speaking to and helping the realtors. But I don't like the first time I got hired to do an instructor development training, to me it was like an honor. You know what I mean? Like it was like I was being picked out of the entire group to come train other speakers, and I've just developed a huge passion for it. I do love training and helping other speakers. To me, it's kind of like you said, I can go to those four events and I'm booked for the year, I'm fine, right? And you mentioned Rapid before. Rapid was a conference that like you mentioned, the local association in Wichita, Kansas created it 15, 16 years ago, as just a way to bring ed directors and speakers together. And I don't know about you, so many speakers, myself included, I can attribute my growth of my career to Rapid, right? Before I went there, I was driving around Florida where I live, grinding, getting paid pennies on the dollar for what I get paid now to do the same thing, right? And then my early mentor told me you need to go there. And I was like, okay, great, let's do it. And he was right. Like I walked away with so much business, so much exposure, and so much relationships out of it. So I was kind of a fixture at Rapid for about 10 years. I went from being an attendee to a speaker to one of the MCs. And I just, when I saw it was kind of dying down, I was like, the industry needs this, right? Like the speakers, like I've already gotten where I need to get. I've been on every big stage that I want to get on. So it's kind of my way of giving back to the other speakers, the up and coming speakers, to help them get there as well. And I always say, like, people say you're creating your own competitors. Yeah, I don't care, right? There's enough fish out there for all of us to eat. That's why you and I have always been friends, even though we're competitors, right? Technically.
Yeah. And
We're in the
look,
same spaces.
we're probably more of competitors than
Yeah,
other people, right? Because if I think
correct.
about the people, first of all, everybody can't do what we do. And I don't say
Correct.
that being arrogant. What I will say, a lot of people are not technology adapters,
Yeah.
period. And so there's in our category, there are very few people, right? Because we could teach everything else.
Yeah.
But what differentiates us is the technology and the AI. And I'm just going to name a few, right? So it's me, you. We have Katie Lance in there. We can
Mhm.
add J Man
Yep.
to that mix. We
Matthew.
can add Alex to it. We can add who else?
Matthew.
Matthew. Oh, we can add Matthew, right?
Yeah. There's probably a few we're not thinking of, but
There's a
yeah.
few we're not thinking of, and we could probably get to 10, right?
Yeah.
That are doing, and here's the thing, not telling people to do what it is we do, but doing what it is that we practice every single day.
Correct.
Because I'm going to venture to say, beyond that, it's a lot of people out here telling people what to do who don't do it themselves,
Yep.
which just rubs me absolutely the
Oh, no
wrong way,
doubt.
right?
Or just making
Um,
stuff up.
making stuff up, yeah, making stuff up, and we've
Yeah, it's
had a
not that deep.
discussion making stuff up. But we practice and use these tools that we're encouraging other people to use, and we
Yeah.
use them consistently in our businesses. And we're willing to admit when one has become obsolete and antiquated, that now you might want to think about this
Right.
other potential tool, right? And
No
so
doubt.
you've done something unique in the world of real estate is that you're willing to give it all away to help elevate. This is not just to elevate licensed instructors and keynote speakers.
Mhm.
If you elevate them, you elevate the entire industry.
100%.
You know,
Yeah,
so
that's a
you
big
elevate,
factor.
that's a humongous
Yeah.
factor. I go back to the ADPR, the Accredited Distressed Property Representative, which was
Mhm.
a 12-hour designation course that I created.
Yeah.
What I realized about that course very quickly, just here in the Chicagoland area, was anytime a transaction would come up with a short sale and my student was on the other side of
Hmm.
the deal went smoother
Right.
because they had the education. Now, I ain't like the negotiation tactics on behalf of their client, which they were supposed to protect, right?
Yeah, yeah.
As the instructor, because I'm trying to get the best deal for my client. Oh, no, 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 no. Hey, Marky, I understand you an instructor. I appreciate all the paperwork, but I represent
Hmm.
ABCD, right? But every last one of those deals was a easier deal to navigate
Yes.
when you help to train the other person on the other side of the table,
Yeah.
even though they still have a fiduciary responsibility to their client.
Hmm.
And so tell us about the next beats that's coming up.
So year one was the earlier this year in May.
Mm-hmm.
We did it in Oklahoma City. We're actually going back to Oklahoma City for year two. So it's going to be April 19th to the 22nd. Um, so it's 3 days of learning. So if you're a speaker and you're looking to expand your business, it's definitely a place to go. If you're an ed director involved in events or anything like that, or a vendor in the industry, part of the beauty of what Rapid was the fact that Wichita was somewhat of a small town and everyone got to know each other and really network and relationship build for those 3 days. Yeah, I mean, and that's what we're really trying to recreate, but also do things very different than what Rapid did. Like we're definitely trying to modernize it and put a lot of different elements in that, just things that to help people kind of elevate their business. But again, it's April 19th to the 22nd. If you're interested, the website's beatsconference.com. All the details are there. It's at a beautiful Hilton hotel in downtown Oklahoma City. We have a fun night out. We do a lot of fun things. And again, it's all about not just learning and growing, but it's also about relationship. It's a big piece of it. In fact, one thing we try to almost coach the speakers on if you're attending as a speaker is don't come there with a stack of business cards and brochures. You're there to network and connect. You know what I mean? If an ed director asks you for your stuff, go get it, right? But it's not about just trying to sell yourself the whole time. It's like, oh yeah, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Let me say, and here's what's crazy. I don't even have business cards to take to conferences.
Yeah.
And yesterday, I went back because I created a note on my mobile device of
Yeah.
every conversation that I had when we were at NAR Next. And I wanted to give people the opportunity to make it through Thanksgiving, to make it through Christmas. And I just yesterday sent follow up notes to every person a detailed note about
That's crazy.
what we talked about to do in 2026. Hey, hope you enjoyed your holiday. It was great to see you. What?
You did this or Marky AI did this?
No, no, Marky. It's a little AI in the
All right,
messaging,
all
right? It's a little
right.
AI in the messaging. But Marky physically went to the notes, physically went and looked up the
Impressive.
contact information because some of them it could have just been us passing in the hallway,
Yeah,
right? I'm taking pictures of badges. I got to go back and look up the badges because I don't want them to have to go through anything to get my information. So that
yeah,
means that I'm taking a lot of great notes when I'm at the conference, when I meet people, because what I'm not going to do is leave it up to you to connect with me,
right.
right? So this give
Yeah,
out your business card. You want them to take the action? No, no,
right,
no. Let me put everything in your inbox.
right.
Let me send you the one link that you say you really needed or the one resource you said you really needed. And I think that's a huge differentiator from us and other people. And I'm
Yeah.
starting to notice some things, and I don't know why people don't pick up on it for years. And I want to just give some credit. For years, I studied in the state of Illinois, Land Madison, and on a national level, Adorna Carroll.
Yeah.
I saw how they came, how they navigated the room, and I took mental notes of what I saw them do in practice,
Mm.
right? And my desire was to be able to mimic them,
Yeah.
right? To implement some of this. One, I wanted to keep it 100 with you all the time. It's
Yep.
no two other people keep it keep it a
Absolutely.
buck with you
They're
all the
about as
time,
direct
right?
as they come.
Right, right. This is as good as it gets, right? And I still think there are things they say that I cannot say, right? But there's things I say that other people don't feel comfortable saying, right?
Yeah.
And so I took heed to how I saw them in practice. And a lot of people are not one, they're not looking at the information
Hmm.
and they're not looking at actions.
Right.
And so you have to be intentional about how you're showing up,
Yep.
especially for the people who you want to hire you and who you want to teach. Because you cannot, to me, be a teacher who still think that you're supposed to be holding on to information,
Right. Oh
right?
yeah. No, you gotta have let you,
You,
if you're not in this as a servant in some way, you're in it wrong. I mean, like you got to be in it to help people. Like I get my joy through people sending me the love letter, sending me the emails and social media comments. You know what I mean? That's what keeps me motivated and going and doing this. Like, I mean, do I have a rough life? No, but it's at the same time, it's more about helping people.
It's 100% about helping people. So tell people once again, what is the Beats website? Because I know that there's a lot of aspiring speakers. I've
Mhm.
told everybody, because I do plan on attending Beats, that, hey, if you want to be able to pick my brain, and this is something we do, right? We're going to be in the hallway and
Yeah.
down in the lobby all night long. People
Oh
can
yeah.
bring their laptop, their mobile device, their iPad. I don't even know if tablets are still a thing, their
It's
tablets.
still
Right, they're
there.
still there. We're going to have Wi-Fi connectivity,
Yep.
right? We will show you and walk you through that process. Now, you're not going to get the same attention at a RLM or at a NAR next because guess what we're doing? We walking dogs and we kissing babies, okay?
Yep.
Right? So this is that one opportunity that if you want to become a licensed continuing education instructor, a licensed pre-licensed instructor, a trainer, a keynote speaker, that you need to be present to
Yeah.
be fed because there's no gatekeeping
No.
at the Beats conference. Tell
Well,
them
that's
that
that.
website again.
If you get into this business, there's no textbook to follow. There's no
None.
here's how you get hired and everything, right? So, first of all, the Beats website is it's the word Beats like music, Beats. Yes, ma'am. We have a whole music theme for everything. So it's beatsconference.com is the site. So first of all, just so you guys know, the time period to submit to speak at the event is closed. But if you're not registered for the event yet, we have what we call so there's regular sessions, there's keynotes, and then there's also what we call the main stage. The main stage are basically 10-minute auditions in front of every single person there that can possibly hire you. So I like when I got into this, I was told go there, don't try to sell yourself, just do that 10-minute audition and crush it, right? So we sold out the first 18 spots in the main stage a couple months ago, but on February 26th, we're gonna basically lottery off the last six spots. So, oh yes. So if you haven't registered for the event, you could register for the event and then put yourself on that drawing list, which is free if you're registered, and possibly get one of those last six audition spots.
Oh,
So,
that's phenomenal.
yes,
Look, so you
ma'am.
still have a chance. Actually, you have a chance for yet a couple of more weeks. So you can go on and make this happen in your life. And you'll be at the no gatekeeping event if
Yep.
this is what you want to do. And I would venture to say that we are among the top real estate speakers in the country, especially in technology and artificial
Oh yeah,
intelligence,
no doubt.
period. And we've had the opportunity to overcome all of the hurdles and to figure things out that other people, we have customer relationship management systems, probably with everybody's contact information
Yeah.
in it, uh, that you would want to be here so that you can be the best of the best. So then you can get the love letters. And people say they don't want recognition. I get it. I love a good love letter. As a matter of
I'm not,
fact,
I don't care about public like recognition. That I don't care about. It's the
yeah,
private ones I care about.
or the ones that they send you their personal story and you sitting here with a tear rolling down your face
Yeah.
because you didn't realize the impact that
Yep.
you had or what a person was really going through. Yesterday, I went to Mango, a woman's clothing store.
Hmm.
The first time going to the store. And I'm talking to a sales associate, but another lady walks up and she says, "You have real estate royalty standing in front of you." So I look at the lady because I'm like, "Whoo,"
What the
right?
heck?
And she
Yeah.
was like, "Marky Lemons Row, I want to let you know." And that means I know they know me when they say all
Yeah.
my
Say
names and
your
say
whole
them,
name. Yep.
a whole government name.
Yeah.
She says, "The way you moved me at your Hall of Fame induction, I've never heard anything like that before. I'm looking forward to getting myself together while working here so that I can come back and do what it is that I really enjoy."
Nice.
And
That's
in
amazing.
that moment, I'm like, Dag, I wish she could do what she really enjoys because I invited her to the market update event. And
Yeah.
so I might call back down there to still offer because I can get an invitation. Hey, if you off work, come to this event because it might be what you need
Yep.
to help you get over the hurdle.
Correct. Yeah. No, that's that kind of stuff to me is way more valuable than, you know, the public stuff.
Yeah, it
You know what I
is.
mean?
Well, you know what? I'm looking forward to everything that you are implementing, what you and Alex and Heather are doing with the Beats Conference to continue to educate and elevate real estate educators. And if you educate and elevate them, then it is going to change the over 1.4 realtor members and the almost 3 million licensed real estate
Wow.
professionals
I didn't know there was
across the
3 million
country.
license. I knew the
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Yeah, over 1.4 realtor members, and then it's still non-realtor members who have a license but still need to take continuing education,
Yep.
where those instructors can be in front of them and also teaching them the business model because even though you and I are both speakers, it's not our only stream of income. And so there's still yet
Right.
other opportunities that exist that we get to share with them. So everybody go check out the Beats website. You still have six opportunities to be able to
Yep.
present to ed directors and those who oversee professional development. And I hope to see you at the Beats conference. And Craig, I will see you before that on
Yes,
some
ma'am.
stage somewhere in this good country. Talk to you later.
Absolutely. Yep. Good seeing you. Bye, everybody.